Okay. Love is destroying our lives. It is poison. It's toxic. And yet, we depend on it, we worship it, we pursue it, we kill for it, we die for it. It's very, very unhealthy. The whole thing. Let's clarify some things here. Love is supposed to bring people together. But for the last, 80 years, it's not working. It's not working. People said, if you marry out of love, marriages will be much better. Have marriages gotten better in the last 80 years? Now it's practically disappeared. People don't want to get married for a very simple reason. You marry for love, so you find somebody you love, and then you marry them. Well, that doesn't make any sense. If you're marrying for love and you already have the love, what are you getting married for? So this couple came to me and said, would you do the wedding for us? We want to get married and we're very much in love. I said, you're in love? They said, yes. I said, well, then too late. Then why are you getting married? For love. Well, you already have the love. What's marriage going to do for you? Oh, it's a commitment. I said, a commitment to what? To love each other? Can you commit to loving? It's an absurd concept. I promise I'm going to love you. Oh yeah? Check this out. You can't promise to love. No, I'm promising that we're going to stay together even if I don't love you. Liar. You're not going to do it. The only reason you're marrying is for love. If the love goes away, even suggest to people who don't love each other anymore and they're married, say just stay together for the children. No, that's ridiculous. If we don't love each other, it's over. So what's the commitment? So I'm asking a very simple question. Why marry? Why? Because it's the way we always heard it should be, so we marry. Not good enough. Not nearly good enough. Anyway, listen, here's the problem. Love keeps people apart. It does not bring you together. Because what does togetherness mean? What does it mean, two people coming together for the rest of their lives? For better or for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Like this woman said, I know I committed till death do us part. I didn't think it would take so long. So what is this business of marriage? If a man were to say to a woman, I love you for your money, and I want to marry you for your money. Up front, honest. Why is that so offensive? She has money, he loves money. Perfect match.
Conditional.
It's conditional. It's conditional because if you lose the money, then I'm not going to want to be married to you anymore. That's true. But there's something worse. There's something worse. If I say I want to marry you for your money, I'm really not being honest. I don't want to marry you for your money. I just want the money. So if this was a perfect world, you would just give me the money, which is what I want. But, the world is not a perfect world, so in order for me to get the money, I'm going to have to marry you. So when I say I want to marry you for your money, I don't want to marry you. I just want the money. And the same is true, I love you for your money. That's double talk. You don't love me for the money, you love the money. So if you're really going to be honest, then tell the truth. Can I just have your money? So whether the money goes away or not, you're married to the money, you're not married to the woman. Yes, true, no? So now you have to ask yourself, if I marry you for love, is it any better? I can marry you for the money, or I can marry you for the love. Oh, love, yeah, love, that's great. No, it's not. See, if I marry you for the love, I'm really married to the love, not to you. Which is why, if the love goes away, I don't know what you're doing in my life. I never married you. I married the love. So it turns out very, very predictably, I marry you for the love, and 2 weeks into the marriage, you give me an opinion. You have an opinion. I say, whoa, hey, come on. The agreement was, we're marrying for love. I didn't say anything about your opinion. So keep your opinion to yourself, just the love. That was the agreement. So your personality, your shtick, your moods, hey, not part of the deal. I never married that part of you. I just married the love. So keep the love coming, and we'll all be very happy. So my first book that came out in the 90s, the publisher asks you for suggested titles. But then they pick the title. If they don't like what you suggest, they come up with their own. Because the title is vital to the sale of the book. So they get to choose the title. So I suggested, and it's a book about relationships, I suggested a really good title. The title of the book should be, Shut Up, I Love You. Now, good title? This is 1990, and the publisher in San Francisco said, shut up? No, that's too vulgar. You believe this? They went, no, you can't say shut up.
I could make a movie out of that title.
It would be very good. So they accepted the second suggestion, doesn't anyone blush anymore? Whatever happened to shame? But the reason I wanted the first title is because I think that is the biggest problem in all relationships. Shut up, I love you. Well, what do you want? We got married for love, and I love you. So if you just keep your opinion to yourself, keep your moods to yourself, let's continue the love, and everybody will be happy. So just shut up, I love you. So love becomes the weapon. How dare you mess up this relationship when I love you? And how do you mess up the relationship? You have your own needs, opinions, and personality? Where did that come from? So here's what's missing in almost all relationships. Marriage is supposed to be, at the very least, an intimate relationship. And intimate means just me and just you. That's the definition of intimacy. So why does marriage have to be monogamous? Or monotonous, or something like that? Why does marriage have to be monogamous? Because by definition, intimacy means just me, just for you. The definition of intimacy is just me, just you. Not only nobody else, but nothing else. So if I love you for your money, it's not intimate, because you introduced something other than just you. So in a marriage, I just want you, not some piece of you, some part of you, some virtue, you. Otherwise, I'm married to the thing about you, not to you. So for example, a man says, I love everything about my wife. Sounds nice, no? If it were true. He says, I love everything about my wife. I said, that's nice. Why does your wife want a divorce? Do you love her? Oh, I love everything about her. Do you love her? He says, I told you, I love everything about her. I said, not about her. Do you love her? He says, I don't know what that means. This is very sad. She complains that she feels alone in the world. They're married for many years. She feels completely alone in the world. And I asked the husband, why do you think she feels this way? He says, I don't know. I love everything about her. He loves everything about her, but he doesn't need her. He loves her money. He loves her looks. He loves her sense of humor. He loves her family. He loves so many things. He just doesn't love her. So the question is, if you take all the things away, what's her? That's what he was saying. I don't know what you're talking about. If I'm not loving the things about her, what am I loving? What is her without things? This is what happens in a materialistic society. We don't understand essentials. We only understand stuff. Stuff. So, a quick example. A husband is out of town. The wife says, I miss my husband. You say, really, what do you miss about him? She said, I miss him. He's not home. I miss him. Yeah, well, what do you miss about him? What kind of question is that? He is not home, so I miss he. Yeah, but what about he do you miss? That he doesn't take out the garbage, that he doesn't take you out for dinner. What? It's a ridiculous question. I miss him. So we do know what it means. The sad thing is, she really does miss him. But the minute he walks in the door, it becomes about something. Oh, good, you're home. Okay, take out the garbage. And the same in reverse. Mr. Superman. George Reeves. George? Huh? Christopher Reeves? Christopher Reeves. George Reeves was actually the Superman on television many, many years ago. It's interesting, they had the same name. Anyway, he fell off a horse, became paralyzed from his neck down, lived a number of years, and then he passed away. Now imagine asking his wife, who was crying hysterically at his funeral, imagine going to her and saying, what are you crying about? What have you lost? What was he good for in the last 10 years? What did he do for you in the last 10 years? What did you get from him in the last 10 years? Nothing. Nothing. Except a lot of hard work. What would she say? What is she crying about? What did she lose? The answer is she didn't lose anything. She lost someone. She had him, and now she doesn't have him. That's intimacy. When a couple is being intimate, physically intimate, what are they experiencing? Great sex, and it's not intimate. It's not intimate. They're not merging with each other. They're both experiencing a third thing called sex. So the sex does not bring them together, literally keeps them apart. Because anything you introduce between a couple ruins the intimacy. Not just money, not just love. So the two poisons that are killing marriages in the world today, surprise, surprise, the two things are love and sex. And most people would say, love and sex, that is marriage. What else is it?
More than money?
Okay, three things. Yeah, the experts say that the thing that ruins most marriages is financial. It's not true. Not true. The relationship is already compromised by love before you even get to the financials. So what exactly is love? Okay, before we get back to intimacy. What exactly is love? What is it?
It's giving to somebody and caring for somebody.
Love, correctly defined, love means I want more of you. I want to get closer. So love is not a static condition. I'm in love. Love is a pursuit. There's something about you that is attractive. I want more. That's love.
Whose definition is that?
You find me a better one?
Well, the one I gave you, I mean, that's my understanding of love, is giving and caring.
That's the behavior of love. What is the emotion? When you love somebody, you give them, you share with them. Why are you sharing with them? Because I love them. So what is the love?
Because you want to be close to them.
That's what I said. So we agree. So love means,
Why is that a bad thing?
oh, I didn't say it was bad. Hang on.
Problematic.
Yeah. So the definition of love is, there is something that attracts me to you, and I need more of that. So love is a pursuit, not a condition. When is love appropriate? When is love valid? When is it important? See, the problem is, we've decided irrationally that love is a very important part of life. And it's not. It's not. Love is when you see something or find something that is important to you, then you ought to love it. But loving something does not make it important. True or false? If I love you, you become important. If I decide I don't love you anymore, then you're garbage.
But you can, somebody like a child can be important to you. You don't necessarily want to be near them. They might not be pleasant to be around.
Exactly right.
But you love them and you want to care for them and you do care for them without wanting to be around them.
Exactly right. They are important to you, so you love them. Do you like them? But here's
Love them and
here's the important point. If someone is important in your life, then love is the appropriate emotion. But it's not the love that makes them important. On the other hand, if you do love somebody who is not important, they're still not important. So, the brother you hate, you have to tell every 10-year-old, the brother you hate is more important than the dog you love. Because loving the dog doesn't make the dog important. That's so narcissistic. My love makes you important? That's dangerous. So if I don't love you, you're worthless? It's a terrible thing. So, if someone is important, you ought to love them. Because if they're essential to your life, you should want more. Love means wanting more. So, it's wrong to say love is important. Like some people say, oh, come on. Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. You see how important love is? No. I see how important God is. Love your fellow Jew as yourself. You see how important love is? No. I see how important my fellow Jew is. So first there's a significance and an importance. The correct response to that is love. So love is the appropriate emotion in a relationship with something that is important to you. That's another reason that you can't love a tree. Unless your life depends on it. So, anything, and if love becomes a thing, then it's included. Anything that two people share ruins the intimacy. Because they're both focused on a third thing, not on each other. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.